Hi knitters, it's Mimi with Pastiche Knitwear. Today I want to show you how to do an I-cord selvage edge. You can see here in my sample what the finished result is going to look like. It's really beautiful. It's the same on both sides, and we are going to use 3 stitches on each end to work this. The great thing about this is it's really easy to memorize and do because it's the same on every row. These first 3 stitches at the beginning of the row we're going to knit, and the last 3 stitches we are going to slip purlwise with the yarn in front. So I'm going to set this aside till the end, and I've got my cast on here, and we're going to just get going and just do it. So we start with a knit 3, and then we are going to work in pattern to the end of the row. Here we're just going to do some garter stitch, but you might be doing any of a variety of different things in between there. So you're just going to work your pattern in between the first and last 3 stitches. We're here to the end. I'm going to bring the yarn forward and slip 3 stitches purlwise and then turn. Now we're going to knit 3. Now what I like to do is knit the first stitch, put my needle into the second stitch, and then just give it a little tug. That helps to make that tube on the end come around. So now we're just going to work to the last 3 stitches, and then we bring the yarn forward and slip, slip, slip purlwise, just tip to tip. Let's do it one more time. Always begin with 3 knit stitches. Knit that first one, go into the second, give it a little tug. 1, 2, 3, then work in pattern to the last 3 stitches. And then we bring the yarn forward and slip 3 purlwise. Now, you can see here that it doesn't look like much. In fact, that on the end doesn't look good at all. It really takes a little bit to see this start forming. You can see it a little bit here, and if I flip it over here, you can see it a little bit here. It's going to take you 5 or 6 rows, actually, before you start to see this, which is what it's eventually going to look like. Just give it some time and don't feel nervous about it. It is actually going to work out. So the last thing I wanted to show you is how to end this, because obviously it looks good on this end, but it looks funky on that end. So we're just going to do this last row here. So again, we start with our first 3, and we're going to knit up to the last 3 stitches. And now instead of slipping them purlwise with the yarn in front, I am going to just flip those stitches around and knit the last 3 stitches after I flip them around. So I'm going into them knitwise. I'm knitting them knitwise, and you can see now that that looks just as it should. And at that point then, you could bind off on this following row. So that's it. Now you can attach this to, you can add this onto any pattern that you want to where you need a selvage edge. If they give you an edge, say for 3 garter stitches or whatever, you could substitute. If there isn't any edge, you can just add the stitches. So you need to make sure that you add 6 stitches total, 3 for the beginning of the row and 3 for the end of the row. So I hope you give this a go and let me know how you do. As always, if these videos are helpful, please consider subscribing. Thanks a bunch. Bye.